So we can start. You guys have any question? Okay, so let's do section 6.2. And this one is factor trinomials. Factor trinomials. So we are not going to look at how to factor using many methods. Well, the method that we're going to use is what we call the AC method. The AC method. So a trinomial is it's of the form, let's say x squared plus 5x plus 6. So this is a trinomial. So this one is a trinomial. A trinomial. So the factors of this are x plus 2 and x plus 3. And this one is equals to x squared plus 5x plus 6. So this is so these are the factors. And this one's the product. So that is the product. So these are the factors, and that is the product. So we need to get, how do we solve to get the factors? How do we do to get these factors after given the product, which is this one? So here, what you do is when you go this way, you do what? You factorize it. And then when you go this way, so when you go this way, you do what? You multiply. You multiply. So getting the factors, you factorize the product, and then to get the product, then you do what? You multiply the two factors there. You multiply the two factors. Okay, now, how do we use the AC method to factorize? How do we use the AC method to factorize? So we're going to solve some of the examples there. I gave you a lot of examples. You can check your notes. So we're going to solve some of them. So example number one. Example number one. So let's say you're given d squared minus 18d plus 56. And then you're told to factor this. Factor d squared minus 18d plus 56. So there's like two methods of solving this. So we have the trial and error method, which we are not going to use. And then we have the AC method that we're going to use. Now, the AC method, let's say you have, let's say it's like this, AX, so this is like this, AX squared plus BX plus C. It's always like this. So this is a trinomial. Now, for the AC method, this is A, and this one is C. So the product is AC, okay? So this is the product. And then the sum is what? B. So this is the sum. So we need to get two numbers. So we need to get two numbers in which the product is AC and the sum is B, which is this one. So this is B, this and this are AC. The product is AC, and the sum is B. Now, in our case here, we only have the coefficient in the A as what? As 1. And the C is what? 56, right? Now the B would be what? Negative what? 18. Negative 18. The B would be negative 18. So here, the product, which is AC, equals to 56. And the sum, which is B, equals to what? Negative 18. Sum, which is B, equals. So we need to get two numbers in which the product is 56 and the sum is minus 18. So what are the two numbers?
4 and 14.
So we get 4 and what? 14, right? So 4 by 14 is what? 56, right? Now, how about the sum of minus 18?
Negative.
So we need to get two numbers in which the sum is minus 18. So that means it should be minus 4 and minus what? 14. So because minus and minus would be positive, right? So minus 44 multiplied by minus 14 is what? 56, right? Minus 4 minus 14 is what? Negative 18. So now, when you come back here, then d squared Now the sum is this, minus 4 and 14. So it will be d squared, because we know that the sum is minus 18. Then that means it's similar to minus 4d minus what? 14d plus what? 56. So if we want to write it back to this one, then it will be d squared minus 4 minus 14 is what? Minus 18, right? So it is similar to that one. Then what do we do? We now group it. You remember what we did on, was it on Wednesday? So we now group this one, and we also group this one. Okay? So we now group the two of them. Now, what do you do here? We do what? We factor out the common, the greatest common factor. And the greatest common factor here is what? D. So we factor out D, then what do you remain with? D minus 4. And then here is what? Negative. So negative. What do you factor out here? What is common? 14, right?
Yes.
So 14. And then what remains here is D. And then this sign will be what? Because there is minus here, when you open the brackets, then it should be plus. So that means here should be what? Minus what? Minus 4. Minus 4. So again, you should check the sign here. So make sure you don't forget the sign. Now, what do? We again factor out the greatest common factor here. And the greatest common factor there is what? D minus 4. So D minus 4. What remains is what? D minus 4. And these are the what? The factors. So these are the factors. Okay. Okay, example number 2. Now, if you have u squared minus 25 uv plus 46 v squared. So use u for this one. Then you solve to factor that. Now, using the AC method, so what is the sum and what is the product? So what is the sum and what is the product? So we know that A is equals to what? 1, right? B is equals to what? Minus 25. And C equals to 46. Now, AC equals to what? 46 minus multiplied by what? 1, which is equals to 46. Then B equals to minus 25, right? So we need to look for two numbers in which the product is 46 and the sum is 25. So what are the two numbers? So if we take 23 and what? 2, right? So we want to get, so the product of course is 46, right? Now we want to get minus 25. So that means it will be what? Negative and what? Negative. So negative 23 and negative 2. So coming back to this, then it will be u square minus what? 23 what? UV. Minus what? 2 UV. Plus what? 46 B square. 46 B square. So if you want to write it back, then we can still write it back to 4u square minus 25 UV plus 46 B square. Now we group it. So we take this and that. So we use the grouping method. We group it. Then now we factor out the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor here is what? The u, right? And then u minus what? 3. Minus, you take this sign. What is our greatest common factor here? 2. Negative what? 2v, right? And then what do you get? U minus what? 23. Then again, we factor out the greatest common factor there. So greatest common factor is what? U minus 23. And then what remains is u minus 2. And these are our factors. Those are our factors. Is that clear? Yes. Right. Okay, can you try this? X squared plus 7xy minus 44y squared. Factor. Factor that. X squared plus 7xy minus 44y squared. So x squared plus 7xy minus 44y squared.
I put it on the chat.
What's that? Oh, okay.
X minus 4y and an X 11y.
Thank you. All right, so how do we solve this? So we have the A equals to what? 1, right? And then we have the B equals to,
7.
and then the C equals to -44. So our product is what? Which is AC equals to -44. The sum, which is B, equals to
7.
7. So we need to get the two numbers in which the product is 44 and the sum is 11 and 7. So what are the two numbers? What are the two numbers?
11.
So if you take 11 and what?
-4.
4, right? If we take 11 and 4, then because we want to get the product as -44, then that means one of them should be what? Negative. And the sum is a positive one. So therefore, the smallest value will be what? Negative. So the smallest value there, which is 4, will be negative. Now, bringing back here, then it will be x squared plus what? 11x y minus what? 4x y minus 44 y squared. And then you factor out the greatest common factor there, which is the first one is x. So x plus 11 minus 4 what?
X.
4
X.
4x or 4y? 4y, right?
Yes.
So when you factor out 4y there, then it will be x plus 1. So this is minus and this one is minus. So when we close the bracket, then that means this one is plus what? 11 what? 11y. And there is a y here, right? Then again, we take the greatest common factor there, which is x plus 11y. And then we take the remaining one there, which is x minus 4y.
So, regardless of which factor you put before, so let's say it's the -4 or the 11, when you go down to the second part of evaluating the equation, you're still going to get the same answer.
Yeah. So let's say we change this one, okay? So let's say we put x squared. We start from -4. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
And then plus 11xy, right?
Yes.
4y squared. So here we factor out the greatest common factor here, which is what? X, right? 4y. 4y. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then plus. So we factor out what?
11y.
11y. So we get x minus
11.
minus 4.
Or y.
So the greatest common factor between the two of them is x minus 4y. What remains is x plus 11y. So it is similar. You get a similar answer. So
Now, when it goes to exam, is that okay for either one?
yeah, as long as you're getting the correct answer, no, I don't have any problem with that. There is no, what do you call it? There is no formula of solving this. So as long as you use the correct steps there, then you get the correct answer there. So it doesn't matter whether the x plus 1, x plus 11y comes first or x minus 4y comes first. So as long as when you multiply this, you still get the same answer, which is this one. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
As long as when you multiply, you still get the correct answer, which is that. Okay, so now if we have the other example here, if we are given factor 35u square minus 18u minus 8. 35u square minus 18u minus 8. So how should we factorize this? So how should we factorize that? So we have the A, which is what? 35. And then we have the B, which is negative 18. And then the C, which is negative 8. So our AC equals to 35 multiplied by what? Negative 8, which is equals to what?
Negative 280.
Negative 280. Then B equals to
Negative.
negative 18. Now, what are the two numbers in which the product is 280 and the sum is negative 18?
Negative 28 and 10.
Okay, so if we take 28 and 10, right? So we need to get negative 280, so that means one of them is what? Negative. And then we need to get negative 18. That means this, the largest is what? Negative. So therefore, negative 28 is the one which is, 28 is the one which is negative. Now taking it back here, then it will be 35 u square. You can start from negative 28 u and then plus 10 u minus 8. Minus 8. Now we take the greatest common factor there. The first one is what? What do you factor out? 7, right? U. 7u. So when you factor out 7u, what remains here is 5u minus what? Minus 4. And then plus, what do you factor out here? 2. Then 5u minus 4. So our greatest common factor again there is 5u minus 4. So what remains is 7u plus 2. Actually, it's so simple. So long as you follow the steps here up to the last one. As long as you don't make mistake with the signs here. I know most of you will make mistakes here. With the signs. Yeah, so easy to make a mistake. So after solving all these, after getting this, then you can confirm whether you're getting the correct answer by doing what? By multiplying this. So you now multiply, and then you see whether you're getting the correct answer, which is this one. If you're not, then you need to recheck it. You need to check the signs. But even when you reach this point here, if you're not able to factorize so that you can get a similar value here and here, then you've made a mistake somewhere. So if you're not getting that and that, then there is a mistake that you've made. Okay, so another example. Now, if we have factor 45 q squared plus 93 q plus 42. How do we factorize that? So it can be given a very large number like this. And then you're told to factorize. So how will you factorize that?
All three of the coefficients are divisible by 3.
Yeah. So first you can do what?
Factor out three.
You can get the greatest common factor amongst the coefficients there. And our greatest common factor there is what?
3.
3. So when we take out 3, then what will remain inside here? So here it will be what? 15, right? 15 q squared. And then here, what remains is what?
31.
31. What remains here is what?
14.
40. Then now you're able to factorize that, one which is inside that. So here, our AC equals what? 15 multiplied by 14, right? Because our A equals 15, our B equals to 31, and our C equals to 14. And this is equals to
210.
210. Our B equals to 31. Now, what are the two numbers in which the product is 210? The sum is 31.
21 and 10.
So 21 and 10. So 21 and 10. So bring it back here. So 3 is outside. So then 15 what? Q square minus, plus 21 Q plus 10 plus what? Plus 14. Plus 14. So 3 is still outside. And then this is the greatest common factor here is 3? 3Q, right? So we have 5Q plus what?
7.
Plus 7. And then plus 2 again. 5Q plus what? Plus 7. So 3 is still outside. So our greatest common factor here is what?
5Q.
5Q plus what?
7.
Plus 7. And then what remains is what?
3Q plus 2.
That is our answer. That is our answer. That clear? So easy, right?
Do you have to factor out the 3 to do that one, or can you just do it with the big numbers?
So to make it so easy, then you can factor out 3.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you're able to solve, you're able to get the factors when you multiply 90, 45, and 42, and then you are able to get the two numbers in which the product is 93, then it is fine. But the best thing is to check whether you have the common factor among the 3 of them. Okay. Now, if you are given also factor this 14c squared minus 29c plus 12. 14c squared minus 29c plus 12. Factorize that. So we know our A is what? 14, our B equals to minus 29, and our C equals to 12. A, C equals to 14 by what? Which is equals to what?
168.
168. And our B equals to minus 29. So what are the two numbers in which the product is 29 minus 29?
21 today.
So we take 21 and what? 8. So, and this one is positive, so that means both of them are what?
Negative.
Negative. So 14c squared minus 21c minus 8c, that's 12. So we factor out 7c, so 2c minus 3 minus 4, 2c minus 3. Okay. And then finally, 2c minus 3, and what? 7c minus 7c minus 4. Okay, any question up to that?
Do you have a trick for getting the two numbers when they're like big?
What's that?
Is there like a trick?
Of getting the two numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah, you factorize, like the way you can factorize this way, 168. You remember how to factorize this? How to look for the factors? So you start by, let's say, 2 for what? 80 what? 84, and then 2 like that. And then now you come and do what? See what numbers you can get from there. Okay. I don't know whether this one is the right way to do it, but basically you just use a trial and error to get the two numbers. Yeah. So you can say if you divide by 2, you get 84. When you add that 84 and 2, are you getting 29? No. If you get another one, like if you go to another one, which is 8, so you can start from the smallest as you go on, and then you comparing with the sum there. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, you can get it even from here. If you go up to, let's say, this and this is 4. If you divide by 4, then you're not getting, and then when you add, you're not getting 29.
Yeah.
You go to the next like that.
Okay.
All right, so any question up to there? Okay, so within the next 10 minutes, let's look at our exam. So let's look at these exams. Most of the guys were not able to.
I actually have a question on the exam.
Yeah, I want to look at it. So let me share the screen. Okay, so you guys in Zoom, you're able to see, but these guys over here, can you see this one? Why
Yeah,
did
I can see what you're sharing.
why did I switch it off? I could have just turned on the camera here, this side. So you guys are able to see that?
Yes.
So, okay. Let me see here. Just switch it off.
Yeah,
See?
right after you did that, and then it went away right after. See, there we go, we have to see it.
Yeah, okay. All right, so, so if you look at question number one, question number one was so easy, right? So solve the formula, this one, for what? For R. That means you're making R the what? Subject. So you start by, use the steps, huh? You multiply first by what? 3 in both sides, so 3V equals to the remaining ones here. Then now you come and divide by pi h squared. So you divide there. And then what remains here is 3r minus what? H. You take the h the other side. And then you divide both sides by what? 3. That was like 5 or 6 marks up to there. That was like 6 points up to there. And then after getting that, so you only come and look for R. Now you come and substitute the values of V, which is volume, and height, which is what? H. And then you put it there. So you either leave it like that, or most of the people, they usually know that pi is 3.14 or something like that, or 22/7. And then you round off your answer to the nearest tens.
I swear they didn't have one of those on the homework. I can't even.
It is there in your homework.
Is it?
Yeah, they're always there.
I don't remember it. I went through all the practices yesterday.
Yeah, it is there.
Wednesday, and there was not.
So it is, your homework will say solve the formula V something for what? For let's say H, and you're good. So if it says for R or something like that, then you make sure at one side you only have R, and the other side you have the other values. Okay? Now, number 2. What do you do here? So, guys, number 2, if you look at number 2 there,
I think it'll make you download it and then open it.
yeah, I think so. I think I downloaded it. Okay, doesn't want me to do. Okay, looking at number 2 there. So if you look at number 2, so you can either do what? Divide this one first by what? -2. So when you divide by negative, then you switch the what? The sign. So you switch this sign here. So when you switch it now, then this one becomes minus what? Minus 1, right?
Yes.
So what remains in the other side is 3x minus 4. Then you take minus 4 to the other side, and then you divide by 3, right?
Yes.
Then you draw, you get that point where is this up to there. And this one is and. So that means all the values should satisfy the two inequalities here. So again, you divide by what? -4. This one will do what?
Switch.
Will switch. So when you divide by -4, it will switch this one. Then you get that. Then you take the minus there. I think this one was in your quiz.
Shouldn't you open the parentheses before you divide though?
You can open it, but it will still be similar.
Because like on the first one, if you divide by 2, you get 1, right?
So
It would be different, it'd be a different answer, I think.
it will be similar answer.
He's
So-
just skipping a step. What you just-
So if
he's just
you, so
The way, because I did the same way you did. It's just-
yeah, so I don't want to turn this camera on here. So if you open the brackets, let's say you open these brackets, then it will be 6x minus 6x plus what?
8.
Plus 8. And then this one is less or equals to 2. Again, this one is minus.
Yeah.
So when we change this one into plus, then this sign will, this inequality will switch. Yeah. Again, the number 2, this is OR. So for OR, it's either this or this one. So you can use the union. And then this one is where people were confused. The number C. So x squared. So when you get the square root of 16, what do you get? Plus or minus? 4. So for the plus, it will be like this. But now for the minus, it will do what?
This one.
It will switch. Then this one. So first of all, we said we will need to make this one to be on its own in one side. That means you divide everywhere first by what? 2. By 2. So when you divide by 2, then the first, because this is absolute value, then it will be plus or minus. So when you put the minus, then you switch the inequality. Okay? Then you switch this inequality. So it will be 2x minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to 10, or minus 2x plus 5 less or equals to 10, minus 10. Okay? Yeah. Then for the definitions, this was actually very simple. If I say define x-intercept. So instead of writing a lot of stories, you could have just say, when it is x-intercept, then y is equals to 0, right? Right?
That would be much simpler.
Very simple. When it is y-intercept, x is equals to 0. I saw most of you, though, you were writing the similar answers. I was like, no, this is not correct. And then for the slope, we said the slope is change in y all over change in x.
Good handle.
I didn't expect you to write a lot of things. For the vertical line, yeah? For the vertical line, you just write the equation of that vertical line. And if we say it is a vertical line, then it is what? It is on the vertical. So
Yes.
that means x is equals to something like, let's say a.
Yes.
And then for the horizontal line, y equals to what? Let's say b. No, y is equals to 0. Y is equals to, let's say, b. For the parallel lines, yeah? So for the parallel lines, you can explain. You can say it has the same gradient. And so there are like 4 or 3 definitions for the parallel lines. But the one which is, if it is parallel, then they have similar slopes, similar slopes. And the x, y, and that one can be different. Then for the perpendicular line, then you just say M1, M2 equals to what? Negative 1. So you get your 7 points. And then here, find the y, find the intercepts. Intercepts here, find the x and the y. X and the y, right? So you read this, find intercepts. So x and y. So for x intercept, then y is equals to what? 0. So it will be what? -2 and 0. For the y intercept, then x is equals to 0. So y is equals to -8. You write it. And then sketch the graph. You have the 2 points. Someone was having a different point, which is, I don't know, 2 and 8 somewhere. And then he was sketching up there. I was like, how did you get that? So, and then you do what? You have the 2 points. You just locate, just a sketch. And then you just locate the 2 points. You get your answer. Time is running. Oh, time is over. So, Travis, what was your question? Number one.
My question was on number 2D.
2D.
When I factored it all the way down, I got all numbers.
Okay, so
let me see. I saw your solution key.
so you guys, you still have, can you give me like 2 minutes? Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
So
all right.
So it is 2 and then minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to 10. So our first step is what? First step. Is it this one?
Hold on. Which I can't see. Which one?
Okay. Let me. Where is this? Okay, let me stop sharing here. You see now?
No.
It's taking time. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So first you divide by what?
2.
So you get absolute value of minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to what?
5.
Then, because this one is absolute value, then it should be minus 2x plus 5 greater or equals to 5, or minus 2x plus 5 less or equals to minus
5.
So when you take this to the other side, then what do you get? So minus 2x greater or equals to what?
10. 0.
Right? So when you divide by a negative, what happens?
You flip the sign.
So x 0, right?
We can't see it.
Oh, you can see. So it will be like that, right?
Right.
Then this one is what? Minus 2x plus. So it will be like that. And then you take this one, then it will be minus 10, right? And this one, again, it does what? Flip. So x is greater or equals to 5.
Right.
Right? And then you come and do what? draw that. So when you draw that one, then this is 0, right? And these are x are greater or equals to?
0.
X is less or equals to?
0.
0. So it goes this way. So x is less or equals to 0. And this one is like this. The other one is x is greater or equals to 5.
5.
So 5 is here. Greater or equals to 5.
Ah, so your answer key has it going the other way.
My answer was wrong.
On your solution key that you just posted on Moodle, it has it going the opposite direction.
Oh,
Or
okay.
0.
Okay.
Hey, I have a class here in 5 minutes. Am I good to go?
Oh, okay. You're good to go. All right. See you guys. So if you have any question, you can write a mail or you can text me.
All right.
All right. See you.
Thanks. We have a quiz this week, correct?
Yeah, I will send a quiz on tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you.
But that makes me feel better because that's the answer I got.
So did you get a similar answer or just?
I got the same answer. When you posted your solution key, I looked at it and I realized that maybe I did something wrong and I just wanted to clarify. But that's the answer I got. So I think everything is gravy.
Okay. All right. Did you get it in your exam or did I mark it wrong?
I don't think you marked it wrong in the initial exam, but I don't know.
Oh, you did
I
not
just
do
wanted to
it.
clarify.
Oh, okay. I'll check it and then I'll correct it.
Okay, thank you. Do we have an exam this weekend?
Yeah, I will send a quiz tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
All right.